Hi, I'm Brinley. After busting my butt for 10 years climbing the corporate ladder, I finally landed a senior financial advisor position that lets me give my daughter Emma the stable life I never had. Our little two-bedroom apartment isn't fancy, but it's ours. And I've worked hard to make sure my 8-year-old never has to worry about money the way I did growing up. Mommy, can we have pancakes with extra strawberries today? Emma was bouncing on her toes near the kitchen counter, her pigtails bobbing with each hop. You got it, kiddo. Set the table while I mix the batter. Our peaceful Sunday morning shattered when aggressive knocking rattled our front door. I wasn't expecting anyone, especially not at 9 a.m. Open up, Brinley. We know you're in there. That voice. My stomach dropped. Mom and Dad. I hadn't spoken to my parents in months, not since they'd borrowed my credit card and maxed it out for Jenna's car repairs. I opened the door, keeping my voice level. This is unexpected. Mom pushed past me, Dad following close behind. Don't play dumb. Your sister's about to be evicted. You need to help her. Hi, Grandma. Hi, Grandpa, Emma called from the kitchen. Dad barely acknowledged her. Brinley, your sister needs $2,800 by tomorrow. We know you've got it. I don't have spare cash right now. I'm still paying off the credit card you two used without permission. Mom rolled her eyes. That again? Family helps family. The familiar pattern flashed through my mind. Me working 3 jobs through college while they paid Jenna's full ride. Them emptying my first savings account for Jenna's spring break trip. The borrowed car they never returned. Always for precious Jenna. I can't keep doing this. Jenna's 30 years old with a degree. She needs to solve her own problems. Dad's face darkened. You selfish little... Not in front of Emma, please. But Mom was already digging through my purse on the counter. Where's your checkbook? Or just transfer the money now. I grabbed my purse back. Stop! You can't just take my money! That's when Dad snapped. His hand connected with my face so hard I stumbled backward into the wall. Before I could recover, Mom was grabbing my arms, shaking me. You ungrateful brat! After everything we've done for you! Stop hurting my mommy! Emma screamed, tears streaming down her face. Dad raised his hand again, but I ducked away, positioning myself between them and Emma. Get out of my house! Now! Or I'm calling the police! You wouldn't dare! Mom hissed. I pulled out my phone. Try me. They left, but not before Dad leaned in close. This isn't over. Family takes care of family, whether they want to or not. After they slammed the door, I turned to find Emma trembling in the corner. I gathered her in my arms, her tears soaking my shirt. I'm scared, Mommy. I know, baby, but I promise they'll never hurt us again. And in that moment, I knew exactly what I had to do. That night, after tucking a finally sleeping Emma into bed, I called Vanessa. She'd been my rock since college, the only person who truly understood what I'd been through with my family. They did what? Tell me you're filing a police report? I don't know if I can. They're still my parents. Brinley, they hit you in front of your daughter. That crosses every line. I sighed, pacing my living room. I know, but I need more than just this one incident. I need to make sure they can never pull this crap again. What are you thinking? Remember when my credit score tanked last year for no reason? And those collection calls for accounts I never opened? You think your parents... I'm almost certain. Tomorrow, I'm pulling my credit reports. The next morning at work, I confided in Michael, our firm's forensic accounting specialist. His eyes widened as I explained the situation. Family financial abuse is more common than you'd think. Let me help you dig. By lunch, we'd discovered a nightmare. 3 credit cards, a personal loan, and even a second mortgage on a house I didn't own. All in my name, all opened with my social security number. This signature isn't even close to yours. Michael pointed at the loan documents. This is straight-up identity theft. How did I not know about this? They probably changed your mailing address on these accounts. Look, all the statements go to your parents' house. That evening, Emma woke up screaming. Grandpa was hitting you again. He wouldn't stop. I held her trembling body against mine. It was just a bad dream, sweetie. But it really happened. Is Grandpa going to jail? How do you explain something like this to an 8-year-old? I don't know yet, but I'm working on making sure they never hurt us again. My phone buzzed with another text from Mom. Jenna's landlord gave her till Friday. Don't make us come back there. I documented it along with the 17 other threatening messages they'd sent in the past 24 hours. Vanessa came over after work the next day, bringing dinner and moral support. Have you heard from your sister at all? Radio silence. She's probably getting the edited version from my parents. I scrolled through my evidence folder. I've got over $47,000 in fraudulent debt they've racked up in my name. Holy shit! That's not just family being family. That's criminal. And there's more? Look at this. I showed her emails I'd found between Mom and Dad about using my information. They've been planning this for years. My phone rang. Unknown number. Is this Brinley Davis? This is Derek from Capital One Fraud Department. We've noticed some unusual activity on your account. Another card I never knew about, with a $12,000 balance from yesterday. My parents were escalating. Vanessa squeezed my hand as I hung up. You know what you have to do. Yeah, no more hiding, no more excuses. I opened my laptop and started typing an email to my family. But first, I'm setting a trap. The annual family reunion is next weekend at my aunt's house. You're still going? After what they did? Oh, I'm going, and I'm bringing receipts. Let's see how they explain themselves to the entire extended family. Later that night, Emma climbed into my bed, clutching her stuffed rabbit. Can I sleep with you? Of course, baby. Are you going to be okay, Mommy? I pulled her close, breathing in the scent of her strawberry shampoo. We both are, I promise. The day of the family reunion arrived with a mix of dread and determination. Michael had helped me organize all the evidence into a bulletproof presentation. Remember, keep your phone recording the whole time, Michael said as he helped me load a folder of documents into my bag. And these copies are for your aunt and uncle, the ones you trust. Vanessa agreed to watch Emma for the day. No way was I exposing her to more trauma. You sure you don't want me to come as backup? Vanessa asked, concern etched across her face. This is something I need to do alone. Besides, Emma needs you more than I do right now. The drive to my aunt's sprawling suburban home felt like heading to battle. I arrived deliberately late, ensuring everyone would be there. The moment I walked in, Jenna cornered me by the punch bowl. Where's your checkbook? Mom and Dad said you're helping with my rent today. I looked at my sister. Really looked at her. Designer purse, fresh manicure, new highlights. Nice bag. Gucci? What's your problem? You're being so selfish lately. Interesting choice of words from someone wearing $1,200 shoes while begging for rent money. Jenna's eyes narrowed. Not everyone wants to live like a boring accountant in a crappy apartment. No, some people prefer living off identity theft and family manipulation. The color drained from her face. What are you talking about? You really don't know? Or are you just playing dumb like you always do? Before she could answer, Mom spotted me and rushed over, fake smile plastered on her face. Brinley, you came. Where's Emma? Safe, away from people who think it's okay to hit her mother. Mom's smile faltered for a millisecond before returning. Don't be dramatic. We were just having a disagreement. I tapped my phone in my pocket, making sure it was still recording. A disagreement that involved Dad slapping me across the face? That kind of disagreement? Several nearby relatives turned to stare. Keep your voice down, Mom hissed. This isn't the place. Actually, it's the perfect place. Everyone should know what kind of people you really are. I walked to the center of the living room and cleared my throat. Excuse me, everyone. I have something important to share. Dad appeared from nowhere, grabbing my arm hard enough to leave marks. Don't you dare make a scene. Let go of me, now. Or what? You'll cry to your little friends again? This is family business. Family business like the $47,000 in fraudulent debt you've put in my name? Or the way you hit me in front of my daughter last week? That got everyone's attention. The room fell silent. Dad leaned in close, his voice a menacing whisper. You think this is bad? Keep talking and see what happens when you leave here today. There are worse things than a slap. I pulled out my phone. Threatening me again? Just like these texts? I played the recording of their threats from earlier that week. Or maybe everyone would like to see these loan applications with my forged signature? Aunt Carol approached cautiously. Robert, what is she talking about? She's making things up. Brinley's always been attention-seeking. Really? Then explain this. I pulled out the stack of credit card statements, loan documents, and the emails between Mom and Dad, discussing how to use my information without getting caught. It's all here. Every account, every dollar, every lie. Jenna grabbed one of the statements. This can't be real. It is. And you've been benefiting from it for years. I turned to face the whole room. They've been stealing my identity since I was 18. And when I refused to give them more money, they attacked me in front of my daughter. The room erupted into chaos. Uncle Jim stepped between me and Dad, whose face turned purple with rage. You ungrateful little... Dad lunged forward, but Uncle Jim held him back. That's enough! You just proved your point! Uncle Jim turned to me. Do you have proof? I nodded. I've recorded everything, including that threat he just made. Aunt Carol examined the documents. These signatures don't match. Martha, how could you? Mom's facade crumbled. You don't understand. Jenna needed... Don't bring me into this. Jenna backed away. I didn't know they were stealing from you. Those designer clothes came from somewhere, I replied coldly. 2 days later, I filed formal charges. Assault, identity theft, and fraud. Detective Williams reviewed the evidence. This is clear-cut familial financial abuse. The assault with your daughter as witness makes it stronger. Will they go to jail? Your father faces time for the assault and threats. Your mother's looking at probation minimum. The next week passed in a blur of legal meetings. Michael accompanied me to file fraud claims. They've frozen all accounts opened in your name, the fraud specialist explained. You won't be responsible for any debt. At home, Emma started sleeping through the night again. Are Grandma and Grandpa in jail? She asked during bedtime. Grandpa is. Grandma has court next week. Will I see them again? That's up to you when you're older. For now, we're taking a break from them. Vanessa brought updates from mutual friends. Everyone's talking. Your parents' friends are abandoning them, especially after those texts leaked. Leaked? I didn't. Jenna did. She's trying to save her reputation by throwing them under the bus. I laughed. Their perfect family image, shattered by their golden child. A month later, Dad received 18 months for assault and financial crimes. Mom got probation, community service, and restitution payments. Their house was being sold to cover debts. Jenna showed up unannounced one afternoon. I need a place to stay. I got evicted after everything came out. You're joking, right? I'm your sister. Where am I supposed to go? The same place I went when I was 18. Reality. I closed the door as she protested. My phone dinged with a text from Michael. Dinner to celebrate your new credit score? I smiled, feeling completely free for the first time in years. That evening, Emma and I made a list of places to visit. Can we go to Disney World now that we don't send money to Aunt Jenna? I hugged her tight. That's exactly what we're doing. This is our life now, just us, and no one's ever going to hurt us again. And that's the end of Brinley's journey to freedom from her toxic family. Do you think Brinley was too harsh in turning Jenna away when she needed a place to stay? Or was she right to finally set boundaries with her entitled sister who benefited from her financial abuse for years? Would you have given your sibling a second chance in this situation? Or do some family bonds deserve to be permanently broken? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you would have done in Brinley's shoes. If you enjoyed this story of standing up to toxic family members, hit that like button and subscribe for more revenge stories that show the consequences of crossing the wrong person. New stories posted every day.